Hi, Aquarius friends. You are on the Empress Divine Channel. I am the Empress, divinely channeling for the feminine. Okay, so this is your reading, Aquarius, for the end of December. I guess I'll say from the 16th to the 31st, but whenever you catch it, the end of December, right? And we have a lot going on. Venus is moving into Aquarius on the 20th. The next day, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, of course. Um, excuse me. Then after that, we have Christmas. Christmas has one of the biggest energetic signatures, if not the biggest energetic signature of all the days, only probably rivaled by New Year, the New Year. So the night of Christmas, going into that next day, we have a Capricorn new moon, and the 26th, the next day, is the solar eclipse. Okay, so lots of big energies in Aquarius. We are going to find out what these energies mean for you at the end of December. Aquarius's year end, decade end. Going on for Aquarius, December, end of December. Okay, so you have that Tower card that came out, Knight of Staffs here. And when they came out, the Knight of Staff was slightly on top of the Tower card, but then I just hit the Tower card first, and then I was like, no, it didn't come out that way. It came out this way. So I feel like there's been a situation where things will like progress, then back up, progress. I say, camera, focus. But things will like progress, kind of back up, move a little bit. If you've ever played the drinking game Zoom Erk, you know what I mean. It'd be like zoom, 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 You get what I'm saying? If somebody mess up the rotation, then you have to drink. Zoom is forward, is backward. If you mess up the rotation, you have to take a shot. I just taught you a new drinking game if you didn't know about it. Don't you just love me? Thank my Leo moon for that. And this is Aquarius reading because we're so fun, right? All right, back to your reading. Yes, some situation is kind of be like, We have the Tower card, which lets me know that it's going to be either a sudden breakdown or a major breakthrough. So let's see what the cards and what Spirit has to say about it. Oh, forward, breakthrough. Thank you. Breakthrough, a passionate breakthrough. Because when things are moving, Zoom and Erkin and whatnot, there was passion there, but I think it was just scattered energy. It was kind of scattered and all over the place. Very, what's the word to say when something is just kind of like a rough draft? It was just very rough, very untamed. I should say, very untamed. It's like you feel the energy, but you don't really know what to do with it yet because you're not yet polished enough to handle it. That's deep, Aquarius. I feel like you've had the fire and the passion to do something for a long time, but you just weren't quite educated enough. You weren't quite qualified enough. You weren't quite fit enough or in shape enough, or you didn't meet the beauty standard, since it is fire energy, which can lead to a little bit of kind of vanity. It's just like you just weren't blank enough. Even though you had all the passion for it, you had all the desire, you were intensely focusing your energy, but maybe your energy was all over the place. Maybe you were trying this and trying that and trying shit don't work, trying that don't work, trying shit don't work, wanting to try this can't work. You feel me? It was all that type of energy. But I feel like something clicks. Some epiphany clicks. You find your niche or your niche, depending on who you are. You find your place. You find your own lane, and it's smooth sailing from there, baby. Right in time for the new year in the roaring 20s. Hey, how you love that? Seven of Pentacles is something that you have been working on for a long time. Again, you've had these standards about it. You've held it near and dear to your heart. You've been learning over the course of time. I don't feel like this is something that you just kind of picked up as a hobby. Think about whatever your energy has been on, even if it's something that you will only do in your spare time, even though I don't feel like it's a hobby. I feel like it's more of an ideology or a behavioral change or a mannerism that you've been learning. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say you have been in, you go to different little seminars and you are in, like, Facebook groups or something about what's a good example? You are in a Facebook group about, having, about learning etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you want to, be a social climber or something. So you have been learning about social etiquette, and you have been going to these little seminars about, climbing the ladder and getting to the higher elite circles of society. And you've been kind of just changing your mannerisms here and there, changing your look, changing the way you talk. Just everything about you has just been changing. You've been tweaking it over time. And no, it wasn't something that you were actively working on every single day, but it was constant. And I mean, from back like mid decade, even early, 2010s, 2010, 2011, 2012. You could have started then, and now it's like you're at the end of the decade and it finally clicks. As you move into 2020, you are in your lane, you know exactly what you're doing, you understand your niche, you are very polished in your presentation, you're very professional in what it is that you're delivering. You get what I'm saying? Like that zoom energy becomes a very, oh, I found my lane, smooth sailing forward from there. And you have very high standards for yourself. And every time that you would meet an obstacle or a block on your path, what it does, what it does, or what it did was teach you exactly what you wanted. So I went into this place and I put on my best etiquette, but they still kind of turned their nose down at me. They could tell I didn't belong. Tweaked your look a little bit. Now I go in the place and I use my little etiquette, and they're like, oh, yeah, welcome to our spot. And, come join our country club. I don't mean to offend anybody by that. I'm not saying nothing about nobody. I'm just, reading the cards here. So that's just an analogy that I'm talking about with this energy. Now, in terms of love life with that masculine, again, things zoom, because you feel this intense passion, and that's kind of like the twin flame journey is a zoom game. It's like you feel this passion. You want this relationship so bad, you and your counterpart. But it's like when you're ready to move, that person's not ready to move. When they're ready to move forward, you're not ready to move forward. When you stop playing games, they start them. When they start playing games, you stop them. You get what I'm saying? Or when you stop playing games, they start them. When they stop playing games, you start them. Whatever the case is. When one person starts trusting, the other starts getting skeptical. When that person finally starts trusting, the other one is like, oh, I think you playing. You get what I'm saying? It's always something. I just feel this energy. If it's always something, it's always something. I just hear somebody saying it's always something. I'm just tired of it always being something. Well, the road ahead has been purified for you already. We have the purification card. It says it's time for a cleaning detoxification of your body and your mind. And I do feel like it was important for me to point out earlier when I talked about changing your appearance, and maybe you weren't like too blank enough as far as like a beauty standard or something. Purifying your body can help with skincare, it can help with weight loss, it can help with overall self-esteem, and that helps your mental. You are not having such doubts about how people perceive you. You are more comfortable in your temple. You're taking care of your temple, therefore your temple is taking care of you. It just really helps. And that clears a lot of blockages too. Because a lot of times it's not even outer circumstances that stop us from getting where we want to be, it's inner. And that's also a message that crosses over to your union here too. All that stop and go that you and your masculine or your counterpart have felt in your relationship, it all started here. Every last one of it started here. When you can control this thing right here, between your temples, between your ears, under your cranium, you got it. The universe can't do nothing but give you what you give it. And when your mind is clear, you can give clear focus and intention. And that's what's been missing on this journey of yours when it seems like things are just stop and go or back and forth, unsteady. Things were just shaky. When whatever it was when it was getting off the ground, it has been a lot to deal with. I feel like it was a lot more than you expected it. It was an unexpected stop and go. Like when you first got into it, you were like, oh yeah, this will be a breeze. This is what I want to do. Oh, that's easy enough. I can do that. I'm relatively smart. I'm an Aquarius. I'm forward thinking. I'm charming. People like me. I can do this. It wasn't that easy for it, was it? It wasn't that easy. And then we have compassion, release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Just being, just being an advocate of love, just being a shower of love, being a person who loves, accepting things as they are. It helps you. It helps you to get through the times when things didn't look like they were going to get any better, when it didn't look like you were really making any progress at all. You have to know that for every time that you fail, you are one step closer to success. And like my dad always says, nothing fails but a try. If you don't try nothing, of course you're not going to fail because you never ventured to do anything different. But if you fail, that means you at least tried, and that means everything. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. A lot of us don't like to hear the term divine timing, but we just got to trust that path. We have to trust that path. You had to go through all of those obstacles and U-turns and forks in the roads and detours because it finally led you to that little path that was made just for you. And the road is not rocky, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's not too dry, not too wet. It's a very lush landscape, I hear. A very lush landscape. The reality that you are about to walk into in 2020 and beyond, it's very lush. You like it. It feels good. You feel comfortable. You feel taken care of. You feel maybe spoiled a little bit by your circumstances. It may even seem a little bit too good to be true to start off, but you can trust this shortcut because in reality, it has not been a shortcut at all. It was the longest journey finding this shortcut. How about that? So you can trust it this time. It's not really too good to be true because while you were still just dang, it's hard and dang, it's not working. But while you kept trying, you didn't realize how much time had passed and how much experience you had built up. You know what I'm saying? Karmically or energetically, to the point that it's like, shoot, the universe owes it to you now. It says happiness is my birthright. When you started this thing, you didn't realize it was going to take you this long for it to manifest. And at this point, you have so many years of energetic investment in this thing that the universe has no choice but to give it to you. And why not at this time when we have so many of these just major changes happening in the cosmos? And we're also changing into a new decade and changing into a new year. You feel me? So just perfect timing. But it's gonna feel sudden. When it happens, it's still gonna feel like boom. Like I don't think you're going like you always know what you wanted, but it's gonna be like, oh, dang, this is what I wanted. And it's gonna be better than what you thought it was gonna be. You're like, oh, okay, I feel you. I like this. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. I can do this. And that's both in terms of your work life, in terms of like independent entrepreneurship, and your divine union, and your friendships, all of that. However it is that you can apply this lesson, just overall, you have put so much into something, even when it was back and forth, up and down, that you absolutely deserve what's about to be poured on you. It's not like some miraculous reading. You legit earn this. It's just that when you finally get to that smooth lane, you finally get the smooth sailing, it's going to be so good that you may be like, oh, snap, this too good. Is it even real? Yes, it is, Aquarius, and you deserve it. So, like, comment, tell me a little bit about this journey that you've been on. Subscribe if you have not already. And I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye.